Hey, everybody, we're back. Joe Lewis, Battle Rankings Live, hosting the Team Yankee Masters. Hopefully, we'll get everyone on here. We'll give it a beat and get some people in here. And we got a table here. So, wait till people get it. Yeah, you want to do the share?
Yeah, I'm just finding it because there's.
So we'll do a 5 o'clock start. All right, it's starting to come in now.
All the walls. No rubble, which is good.
Need some snazzy playing music.
That's a different name than I just saw.
All right. Hey, everybody. Joe Lewis here. I'm joined by the second chair, Lana. Say hi, Lana.
Hi.
And, of course, we have with us our lovely and talented producer. Say hi, Ann.
Hi, Ann.
And so we got this is the final round of Team Yankee Masters, round 6. And on table number 2, we have kind of like playing for the marbles. There's a close second, so it's not guaranteed. But we do have Keith Gilmour and Chris Jackson. Now, what we did do is we did take some liberty with the table and changed it up. They already select their stances because that's all they had was those stances. They rolled it up and they got probed. So lucky us, we got one of the new missions, and someone's about to be probed. It looks like the way the objectives are, Chris Jackson is the aggressor. And once again, Chris Jackson is on the screen right. Keith Gilmour is on screen left. And so they're going to play probe. Right now they're doing the setup. They got the ejected markers out there. One is kind of hidden a little bit by the 2022. The other one you see right there.
They have MacGuffin out there. They are currently setting up.
They're currently setting up.
I don't know what where the MacGuffins are at.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. So yeah, this should be interesting. So right now they're just so they're alternating back and forth. I believe it looks like is the attacker goes first, the defender. I don't know.
You played probe yesterday.
Yeah, we screwed it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got closer to contact. You want to bring up the mission? To get to missions, the quickest way is actually go into Battle Rankings Live, go to the gaming resources, and hit the missions, and we'll take you right to. It's not that we host it; we take you the link right straight to Battlefront's website, where you can download it from there. Yes, Jason Hobbs. Yeah, woo, go Keith. Keith is actually having a really good second day, so he's brought into it. He's kind of playing the top table. Oh, thank you.
Aaron asked a very good question.
Aaron, how did the Battle of the Johns end? The Battle of Johns end. Okay, good point. Good question. It was a 3-3 tie, but no, either one. It was a 3-3 tie, and John got the MacGuffin.
Yes.
Oh, one. Sorry, Meyer got the Guffin. So it ended up as a 4-2, and that still puts them as a tie. What I did is I tried to turn this around as quickly as possible because we got people trying to drive home and things. So I really need to do the chart.
Is this a new one?
That is River Rush. No, that's that's a scenario.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was trying to get to
go to back up a page. We're trying to pull it up here. No, not as in back up. Go hit do this one.
Okay.
They're kind of the same. And then you can go right to probe to that one. Anyway, so right now as they alternate back and forth. So if you take a look, Jackson is kind of hanging some tanks out there. The good news for Jackson is that craters are short terrain, so they do provide some cover. And the way he positioned it, he is putting the houses and the railroad station between him and that hill, so it won't get blown off the face of the map right away. So, what do you think, Ian?
Right now, I don't know what to think.
Oh, well, yeah.
I had to just wait and see, what's going on with Chris and Keith over there.
Yeah, the other matches.
Top table essentially.
Essentially, the other top table is Patrick and John Cedarberg. They're playing, and of course we got John Meyer and Ian Gull playing. So it's kind of how the thing's drawn. Yeah. So Ian and Keith actually had a really good second half, the first two matches, and it kind of popped them on up. And it's kind of interesting is that the top players have kind of already played each other, crawling their way up to the top. So, you know what? This is anyone's game.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah. Jason said that. There we go about probe. So the defender. Let's scroll down. Who goes? That goes first, but deployment. The attacker selects 60. The defender selects 60, and the players dice off to see who. Okay. The defender
gets scattered immediate reserves.
Both players starting with the defender. Yeah. Look at step 4. We go ahead and read step 4.
Both players starting with the defender then take turns at placing deployed units in their own half of the table at least 12 inches from the center line.
So, yeah. So that means, by the way, you could there could be a little bit of spearhead. Yeah. This should be interesting. I'm really excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll be able to go to
Same one in this game. So
Definitely one of the game to watch.
the game to watch is what we have.
Yeah.
So the Keith since he's running the Australia New Zealand thing, actually one of his Leo ones is his MacGuffin. So he went that route, and I know for Jackson, it's one of his T-72s, his MacGuffin. I think there's like 8 of them or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Should put a sticker on his. This one is the MacGuffin.
Yeah. What's interesting is Patrick Rice, after doing a 9-0, he got 0-9 by Jackson in that last round. And just you can watch the last broadcast and catch it at the end, and it kind of explains everything. That one actually came down to the fact that he didn't put a smoke. He didn't put smoke out when he needed to during that assault. And that would have helped immensely. But yeah, lots of T-72s. Leo ones. That's quite gutsy. You know what? That's how Keith rolls. You know, he's out there. That was the one thing. It was the only list out there that really didn't have a mainline battle tank. So there you go. And so he took a chance, and day one, Keith. How did Keith do? Let's take a look here. Do. Yeah. 3 points, 6 points, 3 points. So, yeah.
The start of the day really helped him jump up.
Yeah, I got to fill in. Let me fill in round 5 so we can get really good. My main focus was to get those guys going.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know. So, let's pull this up. Oh, what I should do is paste this up. So, Facebook, I'm gonna screen grab the data and then send it up to Facebook so you can see the scores of round 5.
Doesn't do me any good. Just get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Keith is putting a lot of, what are those? Are those Leos?
Yeah, it's a crap load of Leo 2s. I mean,
A lot of Leo 2s into the woods by the road. And it looks like there's some Leo 2s on the hill. Camera cuts it off a little bit, but it looks like there's some Leo 2s on the hill as well.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see what Keith does with the terrain on the back half of the board with the, because I see Chris Jackson filling in and using the open terrain and starting dug in, but there's not a whole lot on Keith's side.
Yeah. So, Aaron makes a good point. He says fight's mostly going to be the side without the infantry, mostly. Well, probably.
Looks like they're starting the game.
Yeah, the old handshake.
Yep.
Wish him good luck.
Chris Jackson's going first.
So yeah, in this scenario, the aggressor goes first.
And the aggressor gets immediate reserves, and he didn't get it. Or maybe he did.
Yeah, I'm just fixing some stuff. Chase is playing. Chase is playing Howard.
Yeah, exactly.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
So, how's the setup going? As I'm like doing housekeeping, so to get these guys.
I was trying to see if Keith's tank was more behind the hill or than on top of the hill.
Okay, Russia, are you brave enough to push?
Well, we're looking at there.
Yeah, if it's
It's behind the hill. Yeah, especially with Jackson going first, he's going to want to hide that stuff because he just want to be. Is this the top table? It is. It is. It is the top table, but tables 2 and 3 are pretty much like nipping at the heels. So depending how things go, it's one of those tables. What time? We started at 5? Is that where you are? Yes. Yeah. 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 It's a beautiful day for Flames of War. Let's play 3. Yeah.
the table that looks like they're just playing it kind of split, using the road as a split, and a lot of the action's going to be where the tanks are, at least until reserves pop in, probably.
Yeah. Well, Jackson has. I think Jackson has. Yeah. So Jackson has regular reserves, and he's going to have delayed.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Does this mission do anything with night and day, or is it just standard?
Well, since I'm not too sure. Well, because the thing is, Jackson is the aggressor, and being checks, he's probably day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I think that should be too much of an issue.
Come on over here, take a look. I know the angle's different. Okay. All right. So you take that angle right there. So you're not going towards it. You're all the way down there. So get your eyes towards it. How about that? Yeah. Two shoulders will be on 5. Yeah, two shoulders will be on 5.
It looks like they ranged in on something.
Yeah, he popped something back there. Raining down death.
I saw a salvo template on this.
Okay, 4s from here. Missed. A lot. 5s from here. Come on.
Oh, go back to the setup. The setup doesn't make any sense. Yeah, see the attackers things are forward, and you see how that's forward. You know, maybe he's not in a rush. Maybe he just wants to see if he can pick off stuff.
Maybe.
You know, try to get a lot of turns in with the. I don't know. Well, I mean, that is a lot of Leo 1s leaping from the forest, right? You know,
Yeah.
in the center there.
Yeah. Except the train tracks or not the train. The station is blocking the sight to.
Oh, it wouldn't take much to get out there, especially if you really want to push it a 14-inch move. But you know,
I was talking about just getting a long distance shot.
Three each, one gets full. Very well played. Going back the other way, three chances. Got it.
We didn't really mess with the sound. Can anybody hear that? That main table 2.
I'm going to go ahead and include the commander in that. You'll be up on the hill soon. What is it? Rolling both and
Okay, let's have fun. You know where you're at.
yeah. Sorry if we're quiet. What we're doing is I'm actually tallying up the scores on the big sheet from last round. Focused on getting the players started. So now we're doing housekeeping, and then we'll get you these numbers. But we wanted to make sure you guys see all the action there on the main table. You know, so that's what we got going on there.
Aaron, I'm glad that you can hear the table a little bit better.
All right. So, I got the numbers. Okay, so we have Chris Jackson and Chris Jackson and John Meyer at 29. And then coming in at 26 is Keith Gilmour. Patrick Rice is at 25. And then from there, we go to a couple 21s. So right now what we have is the matchups are, so we have a 29 playing a 26. That's the table that you're watching now. John Meyer, the other 29, he is playing Ian Gall, who is sitting at 21 because the way things worked out.
Yep.
Who's having a he had a pretty good day. He had a pretty strong day. And then Patrick, who's sitting at 25, is playing John Cedarberg, who's sitting at 22. So, I mean, 8 or 9 points. Cedarberg at 22 could shoot right up to 31.
Yep.
Bad things would need to happen for the 29s. So it's really how these guys come out. So should be interesting.
Down to the last game, and it'll be an interesting play to see who wins.
Yes.
I'm glad I won't be on the drive home with John.
Yeah. So,
Since we had to put Chris Jackson on back at table 2, we ended up reorganizing the table a little bit, just to mix things up.
yeah. Since we played on already. No, it's kind of the same, but different. I think the road was pretty much north to south, right?
Yeah, before the road was pretty much north to south, and I was like, let's do something funny with it.
So as you people coming in, my name is Joe Lewis. I am Battle Rankings Live. I'm joined with Lana. Say hi, Lana.
Hi.
And of course, we got our producer. Say hi, Ann.
Hi, Ann.
Yeah. And you are watching the last round of the 2022 Team Yankee Masters. This is the top table. I think this could be the one that makes it or breaks it. Of course, we have our within our sites. We're watching the number 2 table, which is right across from us. John Meyer and Ian Gold. And of course, not too far is Patrick Rice and John Cedarberg.
The fight that Patrick Rice took in round 5 didn't necessarily bump him out, but definitely he's catching up.
Well, the thing is, Patrick, who's sitting at 25,
if he does well, he'll be able to scratch out a good score.
If he gets 8, for example,
right? Yeah,
that puts him at 33.
he'll be able to scratch out something really good.
Might be one of those. If you're watching this, you like what we're doing, go ahead and hit the like or little love button. We love you back, and it helps the logarithm.
Smash it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how it works on the logarithm, but there it is. Pretty good, pretty good tournament. Good, players having a good time. No issues. So of course, there's no issues. These are a good group of guys.
Yes. I have to make up for all the caffeine I had yesterday. Too much. No.
Right now we're just waiting for something to break on that table over there. Right now, talking about this. The mission they play is Probe. It's the new one. It's a new one. By the way, so the new missions came out this week, right?
Were they playing new missions?
They are?
Yes, they're playing Probe.
That's a new mission. So one of them is about to get Probe. Yeah, well, could be. So the thing about
That sounds like it could hurt.
it could.
What's like someone could hurt?
Well, the thing about it came out, and so a couple of the players were asking, "Hey, we're going to be playing the new missions," and my gut reaction was like, "No, I mean it just came out. No one had a chance to look at it. But you know what? I thought I'd put it to the democratic process. So I told the group, I told all the players, I said, if all of you agree to play the 2022 Matrix with the new missions, then we'll play. If you all unanimously agree. One person says no, we're not, and so they all started voting. But my thing is that I don't know who wanted to be that guy. Who wanted to be that guy? So there you go. So they all went for it.
My question is with knowing that these people are the ones that show up to the tournaments the most, will likely have some of the largest armies, collections. You really think they wouldn't have looked at the missions at least a little bit yet?
Well, but the thing is, it just came out. Like Wednesday or something like that. They're the ones playing it. The side tournament, we had the option to play it or not, and I actually played the Valley of Death, and actually I started doing the even though I walk in the Valley of Death, I fear no evil. The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. And that's what I was doing. I was setting up, and
I think Charlie Clay actually had a Valley of Death last round.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, I need to take a look at the missions when we do an analysis of how things went. But yeah, so right now, I have not seen any reserves come on the board. So.
It only counts with aircraft if you're within 4 inches of the shooting team.
Oh, I see a rule book.
Always a rule book.
Yeah, I'm just going to look over there scornfully and just shake my head.
Well, I'm pulling up Valley of Death because I didn't play any of the new missions during that tournament. I was like, if you want to play it, that's fine. I don't know. I don't have a great comprehension of regardless. So what harm can it do me?
Yeah.
And I got Escape and No Retreat and I forget what the other one was, but I didn't get any of the new missions. But the setup for Valley of Death is interesting. I'd like to know what some of our schmees think of it in a future episode.
Oh, we'll get there. Hey, speaking of which, why don't you go ahead and plug the
The surprise?
Yeah, plug the surprise.
So I have a bunch of the audios ripped off the videos, and we are now going to have the podcast up. Well, I'm going to have some of them up live tomorrow and Tuesday. The first ones that are going to be coming out are going to be last year's Masters and the missions, and then some of the more recent episodes. And then we're going to start getting some of that. And then kind of in between the lives, I am going to get John Meyer as well to help me out with some podcasts. And we are going to be doing our own podcasts, which that'll be fun. We'll get a Google form together or something. Or you could just message us different ideas or comment. Do some polls. We'll crowdsource some ideas somehow.
What do you want to hear about?
Yeah, what do you want to hear about? We'll do the research. We'll put in the ideas and get some podcasts put together.
Baby SEAL Team 6?
Well, I am definitely the Baby SEAL in a tournament. I don't think it can be Baby SEAL Team 6 if John Meyer is helping me out. And who knows, if the availability is right, maybe I could get a few other schmees on. But John is the shmee that lives with me. He is the in-house shmee in the Meyer household, so he will be helping me out.
Oh, I actually, this is the first time in the tournament I have to do a ruling, and it's on the top table.
Ooh,
I'm just gonna go in there and just shake tisk tisk tisk.
you better shout into the boom mic.
You want to take a mic with you?
No, I got it.
Okay.
There's a boom mic on the table. It just doesn't pick up very well.
So I have. The shooting from tall range, again, it's like it's similar to tall range.
If
Cat pictures of cat videos. Sorry.
if so, all of the podcast stuff will be on Spotify. We'll get links up. You'll be able to watch it on. You'll be able to listen to battle rankings over again in your car.
Yay.
And the other fun thing is if you feel like watching it on YouTube, any podcast that John and I record, I'm going to be just doing, setting it up as a voiceover, and you can watch me put together models and or paint them. You'll be able to see my lovely paint job.
Wow. Cool. I'd like to see you paint.
So John actually runs some of my paint, some armies that I've painted every now and then, and usually some of our other tabletop games he plays, or sometimes he likes my painting better than his. So it's not a bad job. It's just learning new techniques. I might experiment with airbrushing. I haven't done that before.
I would try airbrushing and then go back to paint. Back to brushing. Do you airbrush anything anymore?
I mean, I have time. I mean, life gets in the way, and no, I haven't had. No, I take the back. The American stuff that I did recently, I airbrushed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I put the base coat on.
It's an airbrush, not spray paint.
No, airbrush. Yeah.
Airbrush is different than spray paint. I think
It's technically it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I think airbrushing is more intentional.
So the question was, the question is just in the corner. You really can't see it on the left-hand side. A couple Heinz came in, and so he plopped down some smoke on top of the AA. I think they're swing fires.
Mm-hmm.
And so the question is, does the concealment and the smoke and whatever is, well, the thing is that smoke and regular concealment stack. So there you go. So basically it was harder. Since threes, you needed fives to hit them. I don't know how much damage was done. So,
Jason, we'll be putting the lists, releasing the lists following the end of Masters. When were you planning on doing that, Joe?
Probably either tonight when I get home, I'll put the list out. Yeah, I'll do that tonight, or in the morning. Post them up Facebook on battle rankings, so you can see the list on battle rankings. So,
and we didn't do a list analysis like we didn't get in.
Yeah, actually, we should. We should have counted how many T-72s were out here, and how many Leo 1s. It's a ridiculous amount. So if you guys have a hard time finding T72s and Leo 1s, well, it's because these guys bought them all. You know. All right. Yeah. So I posted the scores from last round. I'm doing the matchups this round, so that so everyone can see. Yeah, this has been fun. Kind of keep you guys in the loop. Yeah, still not much movement. I mean, it's kind of like Red Rover, send those commies on over. And they're like, no, we're fine. How about some of those capitalist pig dogs? Oh, we're okay. How are you?
For being a probe, they're not probing very hard.
You said it. You said it. T14s to a Dempticon? If you want a dumb list, I'm your guy. Okay. Just reading the comments.
I don't know if that's a response to like the podcast, the podcast recordings, or repainting, or what that's a comment to, but.
Yeah. I'm posting stuff to Facebook.
Oh.
Like the matchups and stuff. So everyone can follow from home.
Always non-stop on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, we're multimedia, you know. Yeah.
Be able to post it to Instagram.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually. I want to get there. I've been trying to get the podcast up and doing a bunch of the audio prepped.
One step at a time.
Yes, one step at a time. I was getting some of the master's prep from last year done, and we have over 5 hours already.
Some of those masters recordings are like mega long, and some of them are like big spaces of emptiness.
Oh, yeah, you know.
But that's okay.
So the audio for the Masters tournaments were so sloppy, like the actual rounds, since we did all 5 rounds, they were so sloppy I could not actually do the lives. So it was all of the pre and post.
Okay, all right.
That's
Those
it.
are better. Yeah.
So same thing with here. We didn't do a whole lot of pre and post. I hope that we can do a post. Because I think that'd be really cool just to look at the lists and be like, okay, I understand how that particular round turned out. But like, I expect all of this audio to be not great, just because the boom mic picks up everything in the room. It's hard to hear what's going on the table. I tried to clean it up, and I could pick out, based upon how I tweet the sound, I could pick out particular voices in the room that was not the table. Yeah. So I'm not expecting this audio to turn out at all, and I'm not even going to listen to it.
Oh, the one we're doing now?
Yeah.
I bet it's much better because the way we're doing the mics.
I'm sure it's better, but it's still going to be very sloppy.
Oh, yeah. So all the background noise and feed and stuff like that. You know, as long as the adoring public can understand what the heck we're trying to do, that's great. You know. Yeah. I have no idea what these guys are doing. I don't know. We'll find out. we're only 45 minutes into it, so.
Oh, it looks like some reserves popped up behind the Leos.
Yeah. Oh, well, the thing is, if you hit the corners, you can start up 16 from the edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's what Jackson was waiting for. It's just that the reserves would show up. So.
One shot in the back. And if it's cop, it's labeled, even if it stinks, but even if it's that, I'll go.
Yeah, I'm posting a picture of the group.
You can guess who I am in that picture.
Yeah, you do just kind of stand out. Yeah.
I didn't tell you, I just want this X. I usually point the X towards the
Yeah, so post that up. Nice picture of everybody. Yeah.
And we have some people from farther away. We have Canada and we have Texas.
Yeah, let's see here. Alabama, I think. A bunch from Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Texas, Virginia, here. Where's Tim from?
Tim, I think he's from Philadelphia, if I remember correctly.
Okay, from Philly. So yeah, you got that going on. By the way, guys, I think these guys are kind of like doing a chess match right now. Maybe just training pawns, but I think that maybe they both castled.
Yeah.
Or so you got that going on.
I think this game will really warm up once it's more than one or two shots.
Well, or when the reserves start coming in.
Yeah, I think it'll get interesting for sure once the action starts to hit. But that's what happens when you get two great players.
Something died.
Looks like a Leo. Two Leos.
Could be. Let me drop a carnation on it or something.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. There's some of those that are missing their top in the woods.
Huh. Getting artillery to death? That's amazing. What is a carnation? Is it a 4?
I'm not sure.
It probably is. Oh. We got the up-to-date standings. They're asking for it. I don't know if
Oh, because Chris has been posting
the sheets.
Yeah, the sheet.
Right. So. Actually, why don't you pick up the sheets and throw it into do a share?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna throw up the standings. Yeah, what does the leaderboard look like?
Yeah.
Yeah, after the on the round 6 matchups, throw that post in there. Throw the I don't know, find a place to put it. Oh,
One closer to the guy, honestly.
Right. And then, do you have any special?
you want to bring the board in?
And what the trophy?
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's on the car.
Back seat.
All right, so.
Right out there. I mean, like right out there. I mean, real close. Like I first thing in the morning, talk about mundane things. No.
Oh, it's just crushed. Okay.
Yeah.
Make this look pretty.
Yeah.
Rotate it.
Well, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right. Now they're actually starting to heat up a little.
Oh, that's just a collection of dice. I'm like, what is the blue thing to be sent out there?
Oh. Something's moving forward.
Covered by some sort
All right, the updated score sheet is now posted.
Okay. Battle rankings.
Yep.
Wow. Cool.
It looks like he moved up behind me that house.
Yeah. I think the looks like the push is going to be over there.
Yeah. And what are the? I want to see what the objective rules for this one are.
What you looking for?
How do they win this one?
Oh. I think the objectives go hot immediately.
Okay, so they win if they're holding an objective on the opponent's side.
How much?
Like the board's coming up a little.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. In that box, Ian, is some super glue. Okay. You just want to hit the corners.
Something heavy I can put on it.
Oh, and you just got to push it down, and super glue takes seconds. Okay.
Is there some on there? I don't see any on there.
No, here.
It's the side squeezing.
Yeah, what you do is see this. That pushes it out. We're talking about how to use the super glue.
Oh, I see.
Chill out. Super glue is hard sometimes. Have you put together models with it?
That's a little rough when you're trying to do models. Yeah. So, okay. Looks like Keith's reinforcements. Looks like they're going to come up that way.
That's really the perfect spot for his reinforcements to come up.
Not when the push is down south.
Right, but it gives him the opportunity to work.
What, to go towards the infantry?
Yeah. At least gives him the opportunity to do that.
You know. Let's pull up. Gilmour's list here. Keith Gilmour. Yeah. He has a total of 25 Leopard AS1s.
There's a lot of Leopard AS1s.
Oh yeah. And he also does have 4 Harriers. And hey, look, what's that? What's that say right there?
Oh, that's a Carl Gustav.
Yeah, he's got 3 Carl Gustav teams in his, and a couple Scorpions, Rapiers. Yeah. And 4 Abbots. Abbott! Oh, I told you. How many times do I have to tell you? There's no such thing as communists. No, I'm telling you. Stalin didn't exist. I'll tell them that. Anyway. How's that coming out? That little art project? Okay. Yeah, we're just. I don't think the humidity in the car probably helped. Did the board warp a little?
No,
Okay. All right.
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't look warped. It just looks like the plexiglass wanted to lift a bit, or whatever it is.
Did it lift? No, I mean, did the plexiglass lift a little
Yeah, that's what she's talking about. It lift the plexiglass lifted.
in the middle?
No, just on the edges. I
On the
think.
edges.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's doing this.
Well, hand me the board. Nice. So, I know we're gonna pop away from the game just for a little.
Grenades left?
So, this is actually what they're. This is all the hubbub's about. Everyone's trying to get this plaque. That's what they're fighting for. The winner gets this plaque. There you go. So, if you want to know what it's all about.
If John wins and he replaces this plaque with the LVO plaque that he ended up hanging up above our bed, I will totally let you know.
Above your bed.
Yeah. He found a nail and he's like, I'm going to put this plaque here. And I'm like, you can't put it in your game room where you have all your models?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I need to put something on this nail. So if John wins, I'll let you know if the plaque places it.
Oh. Looks like there's a little side battle out there. A couple Leo ones came out there and engaged.
Well, what does he have out there?
So it should have been at the same time. That's highway.
Okay, these little boys gotta get out of there. No. Yes.
3 hits.
I think we're gonna bring the other unit of these. Over here. Over here.
Dead and bailed one?
Oh, looks like it.
No, dead. So you got 2 there.
Yeah.
Maybe those are the T55s.
He had 3 T55s, right?
We'll take a look here. Jackson, I think he had more than that. Let's take a look here. T55s. He had 6 T55s.
Are they coming out in 2 units?
No, 1 up there by the tree there.
Okay, I thought he.
No,
3 split off.
No, he's going to have.
Does he have them in the trees?
Why don't you go take a look? And then we'll identify them. They are a little far.
Okay.
So I got hour and 15 minutes left in the round.
I think they're T72s.
Oh, you capped a couple T72s.
Yeah. His 72Bs are on this side, on the hill, with a unit of, or like up here.
Okay.
Those are his 72Bs.
Yeah. Now,
And then he has 72s and 72s.
now Gilmour's infantry is sitting on the.
Yes.
Yeah. We might, depending on what goes on, we might have to pan the camera down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if things get interesting where that infantry is, yeah, we'll pan that camera down.
I would just pan it down now, because there's already a lot of stuff going on there that you can't see.
All right. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it back to me while we move the camera. Joe Lewis here with battle rankings for doing the Team Yankee Masters. Hold on, let's see what this looks like.
Too much? Not enough?
No, it's good. It's good. Now we cut off half the battlefield, unfortunately. So.
What is it, like only table? There's not a bunch of extra junk?
No, you kind of cut off the. We only could see half the table because we're like on top of it. Yeah.
Which side do we want to see?
Well, the thing is, we want to see as much as. If he assaults in there, we'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, pivot up just a little. All right, so as we're adjusting the camera, we want to bring you the best and the most exciting action here at Team Yankee Masters, because that's what we're about. Oh, you want to take a look at now? That'll work. And so we can see most of the table still. Yeah, if the action goes at that objective, we'll pan down and take a look at it. But yeah, so we got that going on.
See a little bit more there than before. You can't see the back half.
Well, there's going to be some action up on top because of what's going on up there. So I got to set my alarm for 7:15 to let the masses know when they have 30 minutes. Yeah. Once you see how John's doing, and see how Patrick and the other John. All right. So, going to get some scouting reports on the other top tables. And see what the heck that's bringing us. It is getting exciting here. These guys are starting to kick it up. Yep, I see smoke coming out. Yeah. Well, let's see what's going on here. I don't know what the plan is here. Sometimes when you begin these things, you go, I'm going to start with this, and it's kind of like, well, that's just not where my game went. Let's see how. Yeah. What?
I just turned it on. Can you hear me?
No, it should be. Do you have it on the on button?
See, the thing is, when I move the button up so that I can see the word on, is it on?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just messing with my phone.
All right. What are we talking about first?
All right, so John and Ian are doing fighting withdrawal.
Oh wow. Who's defending?
I am not sure. I'm guessing it is Ian because John only has maneuver left.
Oh. Well, no. You can end up with that. We're the fighting. Who's defending and fighting withdrawal?
John's defending.
Oh,
John's defending. Okay.
Okay, so John's doing what he likes to do best.
Yeah. All right.
We're bottom of turn 2 right now.
I got a long way to go.
And that's. It looks like John's gotten some fair number of shots, but so has Ian.
Well, that's one of those games where you got to go to turn 8 or 9 or something.
And then.
Or he breaks the company. I mean, someone's got to break the company, or it's got to go to turn 9 or 8.
Yeah. And then Patrick and John. John says, I asked how it's going, and he said, I am getting kicked in the nuts over here. I'm like, okay, so that's the time you're having right now.
Oh, so is that a technical thing?
Yeah, they're doing counterattack.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's how he self-described it. I see a lot of his red cotton smoke across some stuff over there. So something must have gotten
Well,
hit.
I mean, he's sitting at 25, and the other leader's at 29. So, we got a lot of ways to go. I mean, that table is fighting withdrawn, and being the defender, you either need to take it to turn 8 or 9. You got the emissions. Pull up fighting withdraw. I get it mixed up now and then. Probably turn 8. Go. Only objective. Turn 8. Start of turn 8. So the start of turn 8. I think you check the defender's turn 8. And that's when they'll win. So they're only on 2. It's all a long way to go, especially they only have an hour to play. So that's not good. Yeah.
And I see a lot of spams. I don't see a whole lot. I know the game rules, the special rules of Masters, they only get 1 infantry unit, but there's still a lot of spams.
Yeah. But I was just reading about it. It's a Keith versus Chris game. There's always going to be a rule book thing. He is now moving up.
Did they say if they're playing the railroad tracks as cross checks over there? They're playing it just
Or flat.
Yeah.
I don't see him rolling dice. So.
But he's bumped up against it. He's not crossing it yet.
No, he crossed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There was a line. He crossed it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was Chris that moved across.
Yeah. You know what? A couple things. Hey, we think,
Okay, they can be the targets.
so,
These dice. I don't have to drive your army back home, do I?
You do not throw in the trunk and stay away.
yeah, grab a chair. Grab a chair. Yeah, sit right here.
Never hooked back up on the-
We're all friends.
Yeah.
I think this one because she uses sixes.
Can you get around me?
Yeah, so
I'm not on camera.
Jacob Meyer, who's an SME. But actually, we'll put him on this one. Yeah.
Yep, this mic.
What behind you? Behind you, the Hulk.
The Hulk is falling.
Smash!
Yeah, Hulk smash.
Hulk smash Studio A.
Yeah. Well, things are starting to get lively because people's voices are going up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Jacob Meyer's here. He.
Let me see. Is the game done?
He's not really on camera. He's kind of there.
Is the game done?
Actually, one finished. So Fretz and Tim just finished. See where they end up. Tim's trying to explain himself, so I think Fretz won. That's usually how that goes. But anyway, we're joined by Jacob Meyer, who came here as a traveling companion with Brian Coaches.
Yeah,
You know,
the short end of the stick.
yeah, but the thing is that Brian, being a friend of the show. Okay, so our first results in Tim and Chris. It was a 6-3, no MacGuffins. So you got that going on. So Chris finished strong out with a total of 25 for the day, which is pretty good. And Tim finished with 20. So not a bad day. It's not bad for Tim.
Top 16.
Yeah, top 16. Hey, coaches, Brian, he contacted me about this, and everything was going on, and Brian couldn't say particular things, but he was talking a pretty big game about how he was going to come in there.
You're right. It's going to be a miserable drive back.
Well, he said he had the force to be reckoned with.
Doesn't half these guys?
What?
Don't half these guys, like all these guys, just will likely obsess over the list they want to bring here.
Well, but
They know what they're coming up against.
But some people don't do the theoretical, shoot their mouths off about their list. Yeah.
You never know. Touch big game. We play tested this, and I tried the T55 boards against him. He handed me my butt with Americans and lots of toes, and then apparently played Chris Jackson in some practice games and changed his mind, and so he took what I had proved was not going to be a good idea. Well, he'll blame his dice. It was no good idea.
Yeah.
So Brian Coaches exposed.
Anybody who met him knows that he's full of it. That's what he's talking about. So, analytical proof now.
Well, except, Adepticon.
I don't count tournaments that
You didn't go to Adepticon?
No.
Aaron is wanting you to talk about your list from yesterday. How'd you do?
I won my 3 games, but I lost too many points, so I took second place. So it wasn't too bad. I tried the Volks Hetzers and some King Tigers, just some stuff out of the Bulge book with a vibration formation with one socket in there to move them around.
Did John consult you about the list that he gave me? Because he gave me a similar
Something
list.
similar, right? Great minds think alike. So.
He gave me something similar, and I wasn't happy with it.
Yeah, well, it definitely is a very flawed list. I thought Joe had exposed me in our second game. Got a little lucky in that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't your tanks that killed me; it was your planes. Your planes tore me up.
He didn't give me planes. He gave me just lots of infantry and tigers.
That was the only game that they did anything. The first game they got shot down by a recon section on their first run, and the last game they never came on the table. But that middle game they paid for themselves for all three. So
Oh, yeah,
that's planes for you. Sometimes they'll do great, sometimes they'll completely get high.
yeah. They took out at least three units. Yep.
That was enough to break the company.
Yep. Yeah, you could, specifically go after them. And, my little arc cars were like, oh, please don't hit me.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Aaron says he definitely loves all the different takes on the Bald Germans. There's a couple of things. I have a hard time just running with two big tanks and then putting all my hopes and dreams and.
My last game illustrated that perfectly, as my opponent also had two King Tigers, and my King Tigers came on from reserve right to their side, and 2 shots later, they were the only King Tigers on the table. That was the entire game, 62-point swing.
I like the Sturm Tigers. Yep, I liked playing that. It did me well.
It's a pretty devastating weapon. People are finding that it's better than it sounds when you say it only has one range in it. That one is a deuce.
Yes. When you're looking 3, is it affected by terrain still?
It is still affected by terrain. It is a 3 skill. Obviously, it's all guns are keys, but it's big enough that it's even a threat to vehicles. So it's kind of a throwback to version 3 artillery. Vehicles have to be aware of it. It's
an AT4?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Eric says, so maybe this is an observation, but it seems like all you have to do to get into Masters is live in the Midwest. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that live in the South that would take offense to that statement.
Okay. Well, the thing is that Eric lives in Florida, and there's not much going on as far as gaming in Florida. I mean, why would you when you just go to the beach? So it's not the population. It's just we have icky winters here, and what else is there to do is stay indoors. By the way, it's not the fact that you just live in the Midwest. There's a lot of Midwest players here. But you got to grow the community, and there's different places that have grown the community. Pittsburgh here in Indy, Minneapolis, in Kentucky, around Fort Knox. Yeah, those are all different places that are growing their communities and bringing new people into the game. And when you have that, a certain percentage of those people go and play in tournaments. So now Texas seems to have a kind of a revival.
Yeah, we're working on it. I don't think Team Yankee itself is that popular, but there's certainly been a resurgence in Flames of War. We do have a small and solid Team Yankee group. If you only play Team Yankee competitions in Texas, though, you're not going to have enough to qualify. But if you travel to 1 or 2 of the big events, you can do it pretty easy.
That growing the community is really a hope of trying to get more media out there with trying to get the podcast up and introduce some different type of topics. So
it just takes a couple personalities, I think, the organizer personalities to get things rolling. We've had a couple people step up. Brian is one of them.
Chris Betts is helping out with some different things.
Yeah, you get some people organizing tournaments, working with the stores. It does wonders for it. We may even get a store that carries Flames of War stock in Austin pretty soon.
No way.
I'm excited about this.
That'd be fun.
No way.
Oh, there's something interesting going on up there.
Yeah, I know. Keith is
moving.
He's thinking about coming out to play. He was like,
You only live once.
Well,
Yeah.
Haircut.
YOLO king.
As long as he doesn't roll ones, they'll move out.
Have safe travels home, everybody.
So, well, by the way, the fifth game 5. Yeah. Oh, you taking off?
Yeah.
All right, you take it easy. Yep. Game 5 was really good, and we were doing the color commentary on it, and the big push, and talking about the, this one is a little bit different. It's a different game. They're very cautious. They're doing pro. Very cautious. Yeah, I know. It's like because it's picked the worst.
It looks like those tanks are cautiously strewn across the table.
Yeah.
With this many models on the table, you're going to have something exposed, so you might as well expose all of them. There's some Napoleonic tactics going on there.
Yeah. Well,
These are top 2 players.
yeah. The sheet.
It's up there.
Yeah. So we got 29, 26, but you also have another 29. Oh, John Meyer, and
Played each other.
yeah, and then Ian's at 21. So the weird thing is that the people in the middle, they all point each other. So
Stratified pretty clearly early.
yeah, it was
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, what's happening is the top half, okay, like the top 4 or 5, they like played each other, and it's the same thing at the bottom. So we got it's made for interesting matchups. But you know what? The old computer hero figured it out. So. Oh, hey, Ann.
Yes.
Could you give me 16 sets of the tokens so I can give them out to the guys? They're in the box behind you. So we made these MacGuffin tokens. 16 for the guys. Yeah, we'll get. I don't have any bags. I was going to hand it to them.
You got a sword in this one.
And where'd you get these tokens from?
These tokens?
Yeah. Look at the tokens.
I made them.
You get a sticker machine?
Yep.
It's got a lathe at home.
Yeah. It's.
Takes a full 4x4 if you're making a single one.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Look at that. They came behind the hill. I think that's what he was trying to looking for.
Oh, that's one of my friends.
Amanda?
Yep.
Hello, Amanda.
She asked how I was doing, and so I sent her the link really quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Amanda, see, here we are. Wave. Hi, Amanda. Anyway, back to the action. No one wants to see our mugs. So how many ones can he roll here?
Is that
Just to get out of the woods. So how are Hetzers getting out of the woods?
They are pretty terrible. It only takes one lone infantry to surprise them from behind and make them all run away like scared quail. Slow ones that get caught, they're all captured. So
Let's be a cross check on
there
them.
are
5.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah. If Von Socken no longer works with the bulge book, then it's pretty unplayable, I think. That's the conclusion I came to. So I enjoyed them when they came.
Yeah.
Do you plan on bringing them anymore?
I think they're due to release a new Lessons from the Front pretty soon, and I do not have high hopes that they'll remain past that.
Well, it's a shame about the 5 cross because it's like, and they're overworked.
Yeah, overworked. I mean, they have everything going against them. The forward firing, rate of fire 2 on the move machine gun. They don't really do much well other than that. The 7 front armor is pretty stout. I've been very pleased with the 7 front armor. Run into a lot of AT-10 things. They've really stuck around well against them.
Yeah, that kicked my butt.
Yeah.
The little AT-10s.
But being hit on 3s and unable to enter an area terrain is a tough combination. I've noticed that AT-12 and 13 just eats them alive. Played against some US 76s. That's an ugly matchup. So, by the way, I got a formation of them painted up, which someone must have thought of painted pretty nicely too. So it'd be a shame not to win again. So I'll probably take one group of them in support for 10 points, but maybe not the whole formation.
You said you took Tigers. How did those go?
The King Tigers, the first and third game, they single-handedly won me the game. And the middle game, they kind of had a Tiananmen Square showdown with an infantry stand that kept them where they needed to be. So they played less of a role there, mostly shooting armored cars. That's a losing proposition if you're using King Tigers to kill armored cars. So luckily the planes picked up the slack.
Well, Aaron thinks that the Hetzers are good as a second formation, as Overwatch, backing up infantry or PZ4s. I think they will still work. Yeah.
But at that point, you're just having them camp for the most part.
I mean, if I'm camping, I can get 4 pack 4388s for the same number of points. And that 4+ save is probably better than the Hetzer's going to get against a lot of weapons. And the 88s can bombard, but they're hideously vulnerable to artillery. So I don't know. I can't say for sure, but they can't be the backbone of your army.
The backbone of your army. Well, that's what you made him. You made him the backbone of your army. I mean,
and now he won't do it again.
Well,
I never lost the formation. It came close when Joe got 2 of the 4 platoons in 1 assault. They could very easily have left me.
Yeah. That's kind of funny.
That's how fragile it is. 1 infantry stand take out 2 of your platoons.
That's pretty fragile.
Well, it's just they were in woods and a couple were bailed already, and then and they can't move, or if they get captured because they get bogged down.
Whose team is this? What list is this?
This is it's Chris Jackson's.
Okay.
So, what I was doing was I was just coming over here and starting the scores. So, Chris and Tim, I think. So Fred's 6'3", Tim. So, might as well. Okay.
And missiles will be back in.
One guy who left is not going to get it.
These guys have been.
Oh, crap. Well,
He comes to tournaments Where was he coming from?
Philly.
Well, I was gonna say if he comes around frequently enough, but Philly's a long drive from here.
Well, looks like Gilmour did some damage. It is a lot. By the way, Gilmour has like 25 Leo ones.
Yeah.
That's Max says hi. You see that?
Mox. Yeah.
Mox.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty good strategy, it looks like.
Oh, saying hi. Philly. Ish. So
We can check with my John to see if who's planning on coming to any tournaments around our area.
You know,
Yeah.
try mailing it.
What?
Yeah, that would work.
I can remember before. It would only cost.
What?
With pushing everything with the late start, what time are we calling this round?
Oh, it is 7:45.
So another 15 minutes?
Yeah.
No, another hour.
Oh yeah, you
Hour, yeah.
you
I
got
got a watch on Central Time and a phone on Eastern
Are you already
Time.
done, or just finding time?
no.
Really, this can go to say 7:45.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right there with you.
Yeah.
You're
Well.
not planning on sticking around for dinner.
That's why I told you to have dinner with you guys.
Yeah. Well. Dumbass lost the key to the front door. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was this morning.
That's why I was like searching. I'm like, I know where the key was. I just don't know why it wasn't there anymore.
What, to the store?
Yeah.
Did it ever turn up?
No. Yeah. Them change the locks. I mean, how do you lose a Spider-Man key? Little key with a little Spider-Man emblem on it.
You lost the key to the store.
Yeah, I lost the key to the game store. You want to,
Put that out there.
I know you want to rub it in a little bit more.
Put it out there for everyone to hear.
I'm just like, I'm surprised. Anyway, that's okay.
You're surprised? Are you?
Describe the key.
No, you're not
to-
surprised. She's shaking her head no.
Parking lot.
I'm not surprised.
Couldn't give the address of the store.
They already know it's sold.
Speaking of which, I'd like to thank our sponsor for hosting the game, Family Time Games. And Shane, they're a great host. They've been hosting, this is the third year in a row, they've been hosting Team Yankees. I'd like to thank them. And of course, our other sponsors, which Battlefront, providing the shirts, and BattleRankings.com, providing the tokens and the manpower to do this wonderful broadcast. That's us. So that's what we're all about, bringing you your live gaming. I must watch it. And by the way, for the guys who are watching this, thank you very much. Oh, and Amanda, if you're still on here, watching our train wreck of a show, it's very appreciative. Bumped up numbers. Matter of fact, Amanda, make sure you hit the like button. Okay, and if you want to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, right? We're on Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
I need to stream my podcast on Twitch.
Well, I look at Twitch and it's like I don't think we're the
Audience?
target audience.
We're expanding the audience.
Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
All right.
I don't know what it
I don't know if they can, most of our audience can work a computer to that extent.
we're getting a younger audience. It is my goal.
That's good.
It is my
Grow
goal.
the hobby.
It's my goal to grow the hobby. Next up will be Instagram.
Instagram.
Yes.
Good job.
First, we'll get Spotify rolling, but next is Instagram.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
So, Joe, how do you feel like the special scenario worked out? Did it turn out the way you had envisioned it? Or?
Oh, yes, actually it is. I think it's bumped enough, or did a little this, that, and the other. And I think it did some separation. Also, it brought people within striking distance of, because say without it, yeah, the scores would have been different. Yeah,
It's definitely impacted the scores a lot.
it did. It changed the dynamic a little, and also, yeah, I think it did impact. I mean, I'll ask people what they think.
I mean, we got a 5.9 or a 5.4.
A 5.4, yeah, a couple 5.4s. You know, yeah, a couple 5.4s. You know,
Do you think it would work in a rate without any of the other rules, but it's just the most expensive unit? You get extra bonus points for filling that unit, or I think it has to be a tank unit.
oh.
I think an infantry unit would be too hard to kill if it was a MacGuffin.
Oh,
I think the main thing about this
there's
is,
something interesting going up on the hill.
yeah, he pulled up there and nailed a couple things down here. And then it looks like the return fire took out two of them.
Yeah.
I think that was neat. I wonder where the Hawker Harriers are.
It looks like there's a buildup back here too.
That's a good place to dump a Hawker Harrier.
I'm sure it's where the shield policy in the bottom right hand corner.
Could be. What were we talking about before?
Whether the MacGuffin would work if it wasn't a tank unit, and just a regular tournament were the most expensive units.
Oh, okay. So my inspiration for all this was what's going on in Ukraine. The fact that the Ruskies are pretty much leaving tank units out dry. You know, they're like in the middle of semi-urban areas, just no infantry support. And as you know, kind of do, and all of a sudden, some Ukrainian guys with the RPG come up, you know, popping out of a window and nailing it from the side. It's like I don't know why they're not being supported, but hey, keep it up, guys. And so that kind of got inspired me for this, and that was my inspiration.
I think the best thing in terms of gameplay was the limit on one infantry, especially for Soviets. Some players are not able to sit behind 3 BTR squads.
Spitvy. Chris Jackson is on the right side, and Keith Gilmour is on the left side, and they're playing Probe.
It's a new mission that just came out this week. For some strange reason, everyone here decided that they want to play the new missions. So it is. So you're watching Probe. It's like a modified version of Contact. Oh, the Nations? Yeah, Chris Jackson, who's on the right side, is playing Czechoslovakian. And on the left side is Anzac. So the Australian-New Zealand combo. So that's what's going on there.
So the Australian-New Zealand combo is different with the MacGuffins.
Yeah, because you just pick one of your Leo 1s as your MacGuffin.
Waste points on Leo 2s.
On Leo 2s. And that's why he's running around 25 of them.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's Cliff. Okay. See? Cliff knows how to work Twitch.
Oh. Who is Cliff? I know. Do you know Cliff? No.
That's not the Cliff Post our stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was. That's what I was thinking. That's the only clip I know.
Heathcliff the cat.
The infantry meta definitely has is shaken by the format.
Yes. See,
Oh,
Twitch is worth it.
yes. Okay. Oh, wow, Cliff. Okay. Yeah, he's over there. Hey, Cliff. Yeah. Sorry, I drew a blank there. I'm like, well, what young hipsters on Twitch? And I wasn't thinking our Cliff because, yeah, but I just didn't think he'd be a Twitch kind of guy.
Okay.
You know?
Sorry, Cliff.
Yeah, well, no, that's me. That's my prejudice. You know? Well, he's carrying around temples like me. You know?
Thank you for being on Twitch. I want to do more things on Twitch.
No, that's a whole 2 users on Twitch. Let me thank you all 2 of you. Yeah. Streaming Labs after restream to Twitch. Streaming Labs. Huh.
Oh, Amanda, we already got that stuff taken care of.
Yeah, it's already going there. So, but anyway, so the format was just inspired by that, and using eliminating or limiting it to the one infantry platoon, kind of made it. I think this is what they had envisioned Team Yankee is supposed to be. A bunch of tanks running around.
I think they envisioned a bunch of big tanks running around.
Yes.
The big tanks didn't really make it out.
No, well, when anything on the field can kill them, in a bat of an eye, why drop 30, 40 points for 3 tanks when I can have 15, 16 medium tanks that can still kill big tanks running around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree. But the 120 points, I thought, suggested they maybe thought they'd see more of the big stuff.
Oh, there's some.
There's some.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of there's Abrams, Leo 2s. Yeah, a bunch of Leo 2s.
I haven't been paying attention to how those performed. Have they been the liability that they are a normal Team Yankee, or?
Yeah, a bit. People put them in reserves, and sometimes they never made it to the table.
That's one way Brian and I talked about it. Just take 4 groups of spandrels and 4 groups of gophers and bury that reserve so deep that it will never show up.
Have you seen any of the other games?
I have not been watching.
Oh, okay. Anything that stand out?
That there's an obscene number of vehicles on the table.
It is. It's crazy.
That they are 6 feet wide, 3 ranks deep. It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, Patrick is running he's running the GI Joe tanks. So.
Yeah. Those RDFs.
Yeah.
Those RDFs are good, though.
They can be in the right circumstances. Like on this table where they're hills, they're considerably less effective, I think, because they can ignore short terrain and they're limited to where they can go. But if they can sit somewhere and fire and bomber, they're really good.
Especially with the AT of 19.
Yeah, that 1819 is enough to penetrate the medium tanks.
Yeah, we're reaching an hour left. I was talking about, I guess hockey. 1 minute left in the period.
Things get crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, John's table looks like he's taking a bit of damage on the backside of that hill.
Oh.
Here.
No, yeah? Oh.
Someone's paying the bills.
You want to do another scouting report and see how they're at?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right, so we're going to do a record order on the other two top tables as we continue to watch Chris Jackson and Keith Gilmour play here. Yep, here, there. It can't be very intense right now because they're both sitting down. You know it gets intense when those chairs get rolled away and they're standing up. Oh yeah, and it's like you're full laser beam concentrating on everything. Here it's am I looking at two defeated people trying to figure out I will never win this game?
I think you see two guys who haven't made it out of their own deployment zone, so they don't need to reach across the table.
So.
I asked John, who is more dead? And he's like, it's more of if I can survive 8 turns because I hate this mission.
Well, what turn are they in?
John, what turn are you in?
4.
4.
1 hour to go.
They go faster when there's less things on the table.
That is true. That is true.
We'll see how everything pulls out.
Oh, well, let's see how John and Patrick are doing. John Cedarberg. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're probably. Yeah, I don't have to reach across the table. Though Jackson does have a couple things on the other side of the table, technically, right there by the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the ones that made it across the railway, I think died. I think he had some bailed out tanks, and the Czechs showed their mighty morale and ran away. I think saw him taking some vehicles off the table.
Set up the tablet. Let her walk over there with the tablet so she can get a shot of there.
Well, actually, we can. Yeah, we could do that.
That's definitely looking a lot more fair over there. Those are taking some damages.
Like take your camera log in on your phone. You take your phone over and then
Log into Yard Duck on my phone.
Sure. Let me send you a.
Yet another link. And she can walk around the table and say, "See, this is."
Here's what's happening at John's table. Here's what's happening at the other John's table.
Yeah, well, I want you to go over there and say to each one of them, hey, if you were a tree, what kind of tree you would be?
Oh my God.
Okay, so I just sent you the
Are we
link.
doing on time?
1 hour. See, like I blurred that out, like I knew what I was talking about. Yeah, 1 hour. No, it is 1 hour.
I'm just going to have my camera muted so you can commentate.
Okay. So, let me know when you get in there. Yeah, we could have done this earlier. Oh well. Next time. There she is. Hold on. Let me get you in there. Why don't you put your headphones on so you can hear us? Yeah. So
I don't have that.
What? What's on top?
I have to have it's like the new iPhones. I have to have a.
Oh, who the hell makes these things?
Samsung
It
did.
wants you to buy their specialized accessories.
Okay, all right. Let me see what we can do here. Yeah, rotate your camera.
Yeah, Kurt and I are doing a selfie.
Yep. My beautiful face.
Yeah. There you go.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, shows the other table.
X-Wing.
Yeah, let's see the other table. All right, so this is the free for all. Ian and we'll kind of pop that up there. So yeah, look at Park Lock City trying to come and move over there. Yeah. So.
Just to verify. That creation is definitely.
Now they're moving over. She's moving over to the other table. See how these guys doing. Patrick and company. There you go. Got some template action going on there. You know what? I would say Patrick has a fine set of full hair. It's a good thing for that young man because it, builds up confidence and the ladies like it. Yeah, I mean, Yeah. So, danger close. Man, in fact, that's probably with the camera and everything. It is a little danger close. So, anyway, that's going on there. Probably getting all the action. We'll pop back to our main table. So, I don't know. So, she's over there. She's definitely looking at some action. We'll go back to our main table, our main game.
Oh, she's got this one now.
You went to him.
Do you want me to continue walking around?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, sure. Why not? So, got Howard and Chase in their game, doing their thing. The nice desert board. So, yeah, you can. So.
Do we need it up close?
No, I think we're good. Let's get back to the main game because that's why people tuned in.
It looks like Chris has shifted his axis of attack. He left one weak field and joined the other.
Maybe he thinks there's weakness. Well, because the infantry is sitting on that the closest objective, and he's probably thinking, I'm having a hard time. You know why? That infantry has Carl Gustafs. That's why. You got a Carl, you got a friend indeed,
Crossing that area between the two hills without any cover is a hard task. I think he decided maybe that wasn't the best place to attack.
Yeah.
Going the other way, at least he gets concealment through a wheat field. And there's a lot of smoke coming from the forest. It's hard to make out exactly how many tanks in there have died.
I think a couple.
He's whittled down the resistance a little bit there.
Yeah, I wonder if all the reserves have come on.
There are a lot of dead tanks there in the middle. What mission are they playing?
They no.
Objectives on both sides.
They are playing
probe.
Pro.
Oh, yes.
Did they play that yesterday? Did you play that yesterday?
I did not.
Yeah, I played young Luke yesterday on that one. Yeah. Kind of funny. We played a couple things wrong because I didn't read.
I find it still. It's got some wild variability in it still. It's now not just the defender. The attacker's got it too. It's still Wild West, I think.
I think the objective areas with it are interesting just because the attacker's objectives are kind of like you may or may not be able to start out with them.
Well, the thing is
the defender's just like, yeah, I'm just going to camp on these.
Well, okay, but the attacker, as long as he has recon, I don't have to worry about those objectives too much. Because I'm moving forward anyway, right?
Right.
So there's 24 distance between them. But if you're the, there's only 20. Okay, there's 24 between you and the other, from the attacker to the defender. But on the way back. Okay. Wait, you didn't think you were gonna. All right, so you just. All right.
There was a disgusting amount of stuff on it. They lasted longer than I would have.
A little less than an hour.
John, you are called to the TO table. The microphone.
Oh,
Oh, Mike?
Yeah.
yeah. So tell us about your game.
I couldn't get him last round. Tell us about your game.
So
I had only maneuver left, and we only had an attack. We got quite a withdrawal, which is a very bad mission for me, especially with this format. But he's extremely aggressive with his T-80s and MacGuffin unit. And I ambushed, and I missed all 4 shots, or side shots. And then I had to rush another unit in, and got 3 kills and bailed him. So then my next turn, I had to rush another unit in, and I finally got the kill. And I was able to kill all his tanks except his infantry and his AA. But the infantry were able to push me out to the back.
all right. So he pushed you off. Okay.
I couldn't throw enough stuff in there to kill enough infantry, and they had the upgraded RPGs, which were really hard to.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
I'm glad I don't have to drive home with you.
Thanks. Well, not too many defense left coming back from the. All right. Well, that's interesting. So Ian. Yeah, actually, the 29 with 4 points comes up to 33. So I have a feeling it's probably not enough.
Yeah.
Probably not enough. So,
What's the third place total?
well, there's 2 29s and a 26. So over here, you have the 29 and 26 playing.
26 wins, 33 may still be enough.
Oh.
But if the 29 wins,
If the 29 wins, it's
yeah, it's an automatic second place at most.
So
yeah, it's second, but it would be second place because the 26 is going to catch him if he loses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not too bad when the worst you can do is second place.
yeah, but you know what? Second place doesn't get the nice plaque.
I know.
Yeah.
I know I treasure it.
And then what about the Patrick with his 25?
Well, 25. He needs to. Well, if he does 8, he's at 33 also. So I don't know if he's going to pull a 9 out.
He's at 9 now.
Yeah, but he's playing John Cederberg. That's a tough opponent. So we'll see. You know what? Anything's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible for sure.
So it really does come down to this game, the one we're watching. And that's why we put it on table 2 for your viewing pleasure. So come on.
I don't see everything that's going on, but it does not look well. Good for Chris. I think Chris has lost 2 of his 3 big T20 272 formations.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just got that one attack going across
The field there.
That doesn't look like a whole lot of tanks.
Well, this is going to be interesting. And I say interesting, I mean interesting.
It must be the attacker since his objective is further than 8 inches from the back edge.
Yeah, we were thinking about that too. But
there doesn't appear to be a whole lot of effort to take Chris's objectives. I think all the pushing has been done by Chris.
I'm sorry, Flip, you missed it. No, we can go back over it.
I missed the points call. What's Keith and Chris at for the tournament? So currently, Chris Jackson is sitting at 29, and Keith is sitting at 26. So the other 29, which was John, he just got 4 points in his last round, so that brings him to 33. So that's the the leader in the what do they say in the house
For now, until some of these other points come out.
We still have a couple on the 18th fairway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. In the clubhouse, leader in the clubhouse. So yeah, he's sitting here having a Manhattan or something like that. Armor Pearl, right?
Yeah.
Armor Pearl. Yeah, so that's what they're drinking right now. So yeah, it's getting exciting.
Which the outcome that John had, losing is the best outcome that he could have under a loss.
Yes.
Under a loss, 4 points.
That may will be enough, especially if he's to draw, which would be my guess at this point. That would put him with enough points to win the tournament.
Yeah, because they have 45 minutes left. And,
well, unless Chris has killed the MacGuffin, I don't know the status of that.
That's a good point.
It's a.
Have you already worked out the tiebreaker? Those two?
No, I haven't worked it out yet. Yeah, because it's MacGuffin, Net MacGuffin.
Net MacGuffins?
Yep.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, and
Chris probably would like that information.
John has a
5 MacGuffins?
a plus.
I only lost 1.
Yeah, so he has a +4 MacGuffin.
What was his MacGuffin again?
John's?
Yeah.
A T-72. No.
72 Bs?
Yeah.
He brought checks, yeah.
Check, 72 Bs. A large formation of them. That's pretty impressive that he's able to keep those alive.
Well, I think he had some time to think about it and planned accordingly.
I thought more holes for the cheap and smaller platoons.
Don't tell him I said this, but Brian Colchis might have had an influence.
See, Brian went the other way in our play testing. We wanted the maximum number of tanks. So you take the 3.
Brian might have had an influence.
Look at this. He's
especially playing against him.
He's pushing up on that hill. Pushing up on that hill.
The tanks came from off the camera.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize to Chris. I didn't realize he had a whole other company just off screen.
We just couldn't get a full camera. Like, you have to pick the area.
Yeah.
You get, more of the back.
Well, you know what? Once you go
not enough of the back.
Tilt it down slightly so we can see a little bit more.
There may be another company down there. Who knows?
Well, there's just a whole thing back there, right?
I think he's cleaned out that back area.
All right, so we're going to adjust the camera here, so apologize for the shakiness. You need unscrew it before you twist it, just a little. And you're going to watch it just fall. All right, there you go.
He must have been just skirting the edge.
Go up just a little. Up. No, the military up. There, good. There we go. Well, yeah.
Get the idea.
Yeah, we get the idea.
There's nothing else down there.
Yeah, we know there's nothing down there. Okay, so that's good. Yeah.
So, instead of a last-ditch charge across the wheat field, it's a pincer attack.
Hey, Lana, how's the infantry look?
Are there still reserves off the table?
Chris Jackson's infantry is alive and well.
No, but Keith. Oh. You don't see his infantry?
His infantry is on a tray off the board.
Oh, that's not good.
Well,
the thing is that are they holding that objective then? What's holding this objective for Keith?
There's still a few alive back here.
Yeah,
1 or 2.
but are they within 4 inches? On
Jake's doing it.
Yeah, Jake's taking a look. So we'll get
We'll get the Schnee's opinion of that situation. So these, the tanks that aren't the 72s at the base of the hill are dead.
Yeah, dude.
So they aren't going to move at all.
Talk to Fretz. He's organizing them.
Are these boxes over here?
No, the big one that's mine.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Jake's coming back. Gonna give us the. All right, what's the story?
Things are grim for Keith. He is down to 3 or 4 operational Leopard 1s. You can't quite see it, but just above the camera, far edge of the table, he still has 3 M113s, which have to be the transports for the infantry. So the infantry may still be alive in those transports, but they are so far from where they need to be that they're out of the game.
So what's holding that objective?
Not a whole lot. The tanks on top of the hill are pretty much KIA. That there's a platoon of 3 tanks behind the hill, which
is that his MacGuffin?
They're about to be killed. I don't think the MacGuffin's going to factor into this one because it looks like Chris has him on the ropes at this point. Chris, that platoon that died attacking the hill was Chris's T-55 platoon. So Chris is down to T-55s. Those tanks on the hill now that Chris is attacking with, that's his MacGuffin unit, that's his T-72Bs. And then it looks like he's about 5 T-72s attacking the other side of the forest, and there's not a whole lot to stop him from going right into that forest. There's a dead group just at the very far to Keith's left. There's a dead Leo 1 formation that was Leo 1 platoon that was holding that flank, and those are all dead, giving Chris the ability to kind of cave in on the objective. So it looks like it may be over soon in Chris's favor.
Okay. Well, XXJJ, yep, that is Jake Meyer. I'm Joe Lewis. With Lana here. And of course, we have our lovely and talented producer, Ann. Say hi, Ann.
Hi, Ann.
Yep. And Jake is sitting here in third chair, helping us with the color commentary as we're watching it looks like the death throes of the mission. I don't know. It's just like.
Your guess on the points outcome, since this is the game that is determining the places.
Well,
I think Chris has definitely lost the T. Well, again, he wins if the tournament's his. So
yeah.
It doesn't matter if he gets 5 points.
Right.
What was the resolution of the question on if a MacGuffin is force support and the last formation breaks? Is he alive or dead?
He's support?
Yeah.
Then it'd be no, right? It's a support. If the formation breaks, the support doesn't count?
Right, correct. You don't get the points for the support. Is not there's nothing in the rules that says support is zero.
Okay.
It's only the formation that is. So if it's a non-formation,
I made another key mistake. I thought he was supposed to roll for night and was reserved for coming in. We tested it later. It was night. It would have saved like half my army.
Oh.
Oh well.
Let's mention he's a pretty avid listener.
yeah, hilarious.
Yep. Ross.
Yep. He's a Texan.
Jackson.
Yep.
Yep. He's got Spurs at Jingle Jake now.
We all do. The issue with that when you go across the state line.
Yeah.
10-gallon hat and your Spurs.
So is that why you left it at home?
Yeah. They take it away from you when you leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got
You have to earn it back.
As soon as you come to Texas, it's mandatory. They can put you in prison if you don't have it.
Yeah, but when I watched Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, and it was like, okay, it's entertaining, but he's like, Johnny, I'm in Texas. What? Listen, and he does that, and everyone stops.
You're clapping.
That's the only part I just really did busted out laughing. And just to this day, I still bust out laughing. Because it's actually pretty funny. Yeah.
Looks like Keith just struck back. Just killed 2 of the 72 bees.
I mean, that's the only way that he's going to survive.
Well, I think
Maybe survive.
I don't think we can see it on screen, but I think there's some leopard one that have made it around inside of them. If they've only killed 2 of them, hopefully he's still rolling dice.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like he's gotten some hits on them.
Yeah, if these are leopard ones on the side, that front armor doesn't help you at all.
No.
This is why main battle tanks are overconfident Team Yankee.
Yeah, well,
It doesn't matter if you're the best tank of the game, a leopard one on your side is going to lead to a bad game.
looks like he capped 2 of them.
Yeah.
And he's living by his teeth.
It must have been the fact that Chris is even picking up dice to roll saves, perhaps, must mean that he got hit from the front by something in the forest. Or artillery? Is that an artillery ranging template right in front?
It is.
Oh, artillery on top armor 2 tanks. That's the last bastion of the scoundrels.
Yeah. God. Can you hear me? Look,
Jason Hobbs, you were not the only one who had a bad feeling.
I need 4 bales right now.
Oh, pulling back.
Ask for another bale in my life.
Yeah.
Just need to bail some check tanks.
What was it? What's the 5 stages
Of grief,
Yeah. It's like, he's like
denial, anger.
Denial.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll start with denial. No, there's no T-72 tanks here. No. No. It actually would be Leo ones. There's no Leo ones here. No, there are Leo ones inside. So I said like getting hits. God, block these stupid Leo tanks.
We're about to get our other table that we are watching real close.
No.
Well, it's gone over to Chris's turn, looks like, and he chose to abandon that.
Well, because he's probably trying to save him and back off. But I bet he's still within 4 inches. Let's check out. There's no turn 6 thing in this, is there?
No. I do not believe so. Unless they put it in.
No.
Yeah, mine is sitting over there.
Just holding it.
That dog.
Unless they're putting, unless those Leos are within 4 now.
Maybe.
They must have been, or Chris would have won the game, I think.
Yeah.
That 3rd tank in line must have been close to it.
So it's funny we're talking. I said,
Yes, thank you, Cliff. That is exactly what we needed to know.
Yeah, denial, anger, depression. Yeah, he's like, T-72. And then what's the next one? Negotiation. Look.
6-3.
If I just make this morale roll,
Maybe I'll be able to. I'll be able to hold.
I might be able to pull this game out. And then the acceptance.
Maybe
I had a good tournament.
How's the dice roll? I couldn't do anything about my dice.
Okay, Brian.
Oh, it's going to be a long trip.
Do you know off the top of your head how likely I am to podium? Trying to figure out how quickly Chris is playing.
To who?
Do you know how likely I am to podium with my final?
Well, there's 33 right there. It's someone on this table.
The cost of getting in would be 29 points. If you're not at 29 points, I don't think.
He's at 28.
28? Hey,
Wait,
that is a chance.
No, it would have been more than 28. I should have gotten 3 points more.
Yeah,
You're at 25.
25 plus 3 is at 28.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. For some reason I thought that was already at 28. Okay, I misread.
No.
Has some score sheets in his hand. The game is over.
Oh.
I don't think there's anything left in the force to hold out of their objective. I think Chris probably used the 272Bs to return fire against the Leopard 1s, and that's
You want to do 15? Sorry, half hour.
30 minutes?
30 minutes. Yep. Yeah, I'll pick a number.
So not likely then.
No, I mean there's 33 there, and I think Jackson won. I think he won.
well, but I mean,
we'll see.
He's in the running for third place. Yeah. 7-2. Yeah, then that's a tie for third place. Not the tiebreaker, Joe.
Brian just started that here. Game goes to
Six three with MacGuffin.
Okay, so not close. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
I'm just kidding. They just edged up by 1.
okay. I'll wait till the sheet comes in. Yeah, that's cool. So here it was 3-6.
This is the nail biting part.
Oh yeah. These guys are close.
The only game that's going to go to time is my ride back to Texas.
Yeah.
I could tell they're the last ones to set up by about 20 minutes. So.
Yep. So, as they're filling out the sheets, we'll come back here. We'll slide over.
We're all friends here.
Yeah. Hey, I can bring the mic down this low. There you go. So, all right.
Well, I want to see your handsome face.
Yeah. Oh, there's Jake Meyer. You know, you
Yeah,
boy.
that's Jake Meyer.
Yeah, it's good. You know what? They raised him handsome down there in Texas, you know? Yes. All right. What is this? So, 6-3 plus the MacGuffin. Really? Is that how you're rolling?
I had some very spectacular rolling, actually.
Was it a formation break?
No, I did not break his formation. I killed every damn Leo on the table, but I didn't break the formation.
How did you manage that?
AA hold on to.
No, he had both scout platoons left, and
Did you kill his infantry or did? Okay.
that was some of the spectacular rolling. I took 24 shots, needed 6s, and I got 6 hits and killed 4 of them.
How did he finish out?
Keith, that puts Keith in third.
Yeah, puts in third.
For third. Tiebreaker might decide.
So then about 3 or 4 months ago,
Yeah.
dog, everything's working out.
No.
How much time we got left?
Just like 30 minutes.
Okay.
And Brian's playing, so it's going to be.
You never know when you get free to pick up the phone and call. I made a career for 34 years.
No. That's right. Shoot.
Yeah, that puts you. 33 was the next best.
Well, he seems to have brought himself back up to almost respectable.
Don't tell him.
Well, I'll emphasize the almost.
Yeah.
Scores here for you, Joe.
Yep, right here.
Yeah, tell me submarines were
Thanks.
just those first 3 games.
No, is that what it is? Oh.
Keith, would you like to come over here? Can you pass the mic?
I'm sorry. We're talk about it. Turn it on.
So,
There you go.
Hey, Joe.
hey, how was your last game?
It was intense, Joe.
It was?
It was.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was my first playthrough of the new probe mission,
Yeah?
and I've said it many times before, the contact not probe mission is very unbalanced against the defender. I think to expect somebody to defend
with delayed scattered reserves and then have to go and take an objective on the other side of the table, I think is asking too much.
Did that extra 4 inches of, that the objective was closer to you, did it matter at all? No.
It did not matter.
Did the scattered reserves for the attacker affect them? No. Did he just get lucky where they came on, or would it have mattered where they
I don't
came
think
on?
it would have mattered because he's so outnumbered with tanks. He was able to damage enough of his stuff, kill enough of my tanks before my reserves came on, and I had enough kind of mass to go out and do something with it.
What took out your infantry squad?
My infantry squad was just lots of T-72s.
Just main gun fire?
Main guns.
Short range, long range?
Long range.
Long range.
Yep, he rolled a lot of 6s.
Oh, well, that's what it takes.
Yep. Yeah, one turn I think he got 4 of the bases in one turn, and then they were on a check and they failed the first check. So.
Oh, is that what happened in the woods?
No,
No, it was the closest objective.
Oh, okay, that's the
Yeah, the infantry was on the closest objective.
okay.
Yeah, I think the interesting part, though, with the mission that I kind of like is that the defender places their objective first in their half. So you've got a pretty good choice of where you want to go. And so you can put it somewhere close to the middle of the board, and that way you don't have to defend the whole board. So
Okay.
that part of it is interesting.
So
I don't
can
know
you-
that it's enough to fix it, but it's interesting.
Can you walk through the first turn and a half-ish where it was like that slow chess game that we were trying to figure out?
Sure. The first turn, Chris was on moving rate of fire and no artillery, so he just said, "Okay, my turn's done." That's it.
All right. Well, that explains that.
And I didn't have enough, obviously, with to move my tanks out there. I thought I had enough of his anti-air suppressed to bring the Harriers in, but unfortunately they all died before they got to drop the bomb.
Okay.
That was probably the writing on the wall for me right there. But, it got down to the end. At the very end, he had his MacGuffin unit moving out onto the objective. I had a chance to kill enough of them to break him on that last turn. I just didn't get the hits I needed. So it was MacGuffin on MacGuffin at the end. My 2 tank Leo 1s against a 6 tank T-72 platoon. So it's you can tell which way that was going to go pretty easily, especially when I just hit him twice.
The artillery was, did you drop artillery on him also?
I did.
Yeah.
I tried to. I hit 2 and he saved them both. So
Worth trying, right?
It was some good action. It was some good action when it started to warm up a bit.
Well, yeah, it got a bit frantic in the middle there. Once he moved forward, I was able to get on some side armor, get enough of my leopards together to actually do some real damage to him. And so that's how I got 2 of his tank platoons. But it cost me most of my leopards to do it. So that's the thing with leopard ones. You're gonna need a lot of smoke and flames in your bag.
Yeah.
At the end of it, I lost every single one, but both formations were still in good spirits. So, it's kind of interesting.
So were you on morale checks that last turn where you were kind of on the objective still?
The unit on the objective wasn't. There was a scout unit in the forest. I had a scout unit and I had a scout M113 that was also the company commander after punching a shot over. And that was all that was in that one formation at the end. So it was down to the bare bones.
Well, what did you think of the whole the MacGuffin aspect?
I thought the MacGuffin aspect was very interesting. As a NATO player, I don't know that the big expensive NATO tanks are really worth taking in the game, right? They're way too expensive. So I looked at all my choices as a NATO player because I don't play So I looked at all my choices as a NATO player and I said, if I'm going to have to take a unit, I'm going to try to make it as cheap as possible and just keep it off the board. And so I went with the Australian Leopard ones. I had a 3 tank unit and they just, in every game, they were the last reserve. I only lost to MacGuffin in one game.
One game?
Just this last
one? Very nice. How'd the Harriers do for you?
I lost the MacGuffin twice.
How did the MacGuffin And how did the MacGuffin affect your list planning?
Oh, it was huge. I mean, it was everything for the list building, really, because you had to build a list around it. I looked at everything I could. I looked at chieftains. I looked at challengers for the British. I'm usually a British player, but the British tanks just, I don't think, have enough firepower with the rate of fire 1 on the move. They can't do enough, I don't think, in this format with all the tanks coming at you. Maybe I was wrong. It might have been different, but and then I looked at the Israelis. They had good tanks, but not a lot of really high anti-tank. And the US, the M1s are just okay, but the side armor is just so terrible and they're so expensive. Again, I ended up with the Australians because of the cheap tanks. I figured I wanted to try to get more NATO tanks on the board than the Warsaw had, and I got close.
Yeah, you did.
My opponents had about the same number of tanks on the board.
So rate of fire.
It was the rate of fire is good for the Leopards, but 19 just, it's not really enough. This is what I found.
What unit was your nemesis?
My nemesis were those T-72Bs. Definitely. Yeah, with the front armor of 18, they can ignore the Leopard ones completely. And so I had to try and get flash shots on them. Which I got a few in this game. I got a few in my other games with them. But they are pretty strong.
Yeah, Chris waited until all of your reserves were on before pushing.
Yeah. He tried to bait me into it. One turn, he turned like 3 of his tanks sideways. And I thought about trying to take those 3 out again, but it would have cost me a whole lot of efforts. Return fire wouldn't even be good. So.
Yeah, we saw you. You're maybe this way. Yeah, we're like, okay, maybe he's trying to get those side shots. So, yeah, we watched. We had the game on. We had quite the. Good last one. So yeah, that was it was exciting to watch. Well, at first it was like, oh, what are they doing? They're just like, we're calling it like you guys were like castling and
Yeah, we're
moving
just
some
like,
pawns.
We're like, what's happening here? We don't know.
The 72Bs were just off the screen, so we didn't see those until the last minute. Things were looking really good for you until those guys showed up on the side.
Yeah, they're the one, the scattered reserves that did arrive just where you needed them. If they'd been on the other side, might it have been different? I don't know. Maybe. But they got to a funny part, and I got all my support stuff in the forest. Abbots, scorpions, all the stuff I'm trying to hide and not get killed. And I got to the point where, you know what? It's do or die. So all of it moved out to the edge of the forest and tried to light up stuff. Didn't go so well.
You can't say you didn't try.
Yeah, exactly. But the
pull everyone together.
A couple games, I'd say. Against the Iraqi list I played with Jace, they came in 3 times and took out probably 4 or 5 tanks every time.
Were you able to suppress his AA before they came in?
Yeah, and that was the key. That's kind of the mistake I made in this last game. Was he had that really tempting target, and I didn't want to let it get away. I went into turn 2 with the Harriers. I lost them all. So.
Did you end up killing any of his AA?
I killed one. I killed one gopher in the forest before I brought the Harriers in, and that wasn't enough. If I got into 2, it would have been just enough because he killed the last one with his last shot.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
Just enough.
just enough AA, and that was with the T-72 50 cal.
Nope.
Not even with a shelter. So.
Fast movers getting shot down by 50 cal is always.
It's too bad that we don't have Keith on camera.
no. What?
No, I
Like what? Hey,
Shift
you-
over
I have a
again.
face for radio.
It's against face for radio. Our listeners probably get the disembodied voice.
well, they're used to it.
They're used to it. Yeah.
You're used to the disembodied voices.
That's okay.
All right, well, that puts you at 28 points.
Let's see. I think so.
Yeah, take that, puts you in running for 3rd place. I don't know the tiebreakers.
Coming after yesterday where I was way down the order, I think that's a pretty good showing today.
Oh, you did
I'm
so
happy
great.
with it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keith. Do you want to talk to Chris or no?
Chris.
Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can bring Jackson on here.
Chris.
Jackson.
Jackson.
Get Chris's side of the story.
Yeah.
He must have rolled well. I didn't have to duck it way he was dice.
There you go.
Hi.
Tell us about the game.
Okay, we both only had maneuvers left, so that wasn't really hard to figure out. Rolled up the new one pro. I got the attacker roll, he got the defender roll. He put 14 of his Leos in reserve with two Scorpions. I put my 72 Bs and a company of M's in reserve. I had first turn. I decided not to do anything. Just let it go so that I keep going to ground. Couldn't do artillery, couldn't do air. Turn 2 came in, smoked his air defense and put some artillery on it. No effect with the artillery, but moved it up to hitting on 5s. Took 2 shots, big old whiff. He killed 2 of the choppers. The choppers never came back. I said, no, I'm not playing this anymore. Those damn rapiers are hard to deal with. I had some spectacular shooting from one tank company firing from the hill and infantry dug in. Over the course of 3 turns, they fired 24 rounds with the headquarters and hit six times. Seven times. Real guns. So I took out 3 of them, and I took out the right 3 so that he was separated, and he didn't stick around. So by turn 4, the infantry was gone. Meanwhile, his reserves were starting to dribble on. He had a couple of them focus on a T-72 company, killed a couple, bailed 1, but the return fire was just brutal because one had to move into range of the Parks BMP3 or BMP2 company. They got them. The T-72s got 3 out of the 4 from the other, and the last one said, "I'm going home now." So that
delay your attack until his reserves came on, or
yeah. It was. I didn't move. I moved 1 unit up to keep him from popping his ambush on the hilltop.
that's T-55s.
Yeah, they got knocked out of the game.
Got the guys in the middle. Was that the T-72 that died?
That was basically he focused 3 or 4 platoons on those guys. Some of them had made it to flank, so he was able to get them out pretty good. That was probably turn 8 or 9. We were still waiting for his MacGuffin to show up at that point. Or no, it had just shown up at that point.
Well, so what did you do to prepare?
Okay. Took a look at the requirements.
Yeah, always go there.
Yeah. 1 infantry unit. Everything else is tanks. 1 air. So immediately that started knocking options off. Wanted to have a lot of shots. Wanted to be a lot of brutal guns. Wanted good, at least the ability to bounce some of the shots. Sat down, made several lists. I had a British one with chieftains. Immediately, that just doesn't have enough. An Iranian list, which would have been really good until it had to move. Lots of shots, lots of power, but there comes a point where you've got a problem with you've got to start moving. And when you start moving, your rate of fire goes to 1, and you're +1 to hit because you don't have laser rangefinder.
Right.
So that one got dropped by the wayside. Anything with super heavies, M1A1, Leopard 2A5. I looked at the T80s, but I'm not really a fan of those guys. Kind of settled on Warsaw Pack with a combination of T72s and T6Bs and M's. That meant that with a 3+ cross, I could use wood lines with confidence, and there was nothing in my army that wasn't capable of shooting AT-21. So anybody that was running 255 spam, T64 or 2s, hell, all the way, I could kill everything except T80s and the heavies, and most of the time I'm going to be burning straight through.
Yeah. Well, it worked out for you. So I think what we're going to do is, if we can gather everyone together, and we'll do the wrap-up award ceremony. So everyone, everyone is done, and the results are ready to go. I got them right here in my, hot little hand.
Should we turn your camera around? So
we already did.
Oh.
Yeah, we're good.
You're way ahead.
Way ahead.
You're the producer, not the director.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is throw it all around.
Which is not much right now.
Yeah.
This is the part people tune in.
Yeah, the award ceremony.
Oh yeah. I stuck around an extra day for this.
Yeah, actually, well, let's throw the mic around so that multiple mics.
Or actually, you can take this one over there.
Yeah.
Welcome to different training.
Can you not give Brian some?
Yeah.
He heard about it. He said,
Yeah, we should do this.
Hey, can we get everybody? Hey, Team Yankee. Yes.
Grab your plaques and
People are sound assembly. Yep. Team Yankee assemble. Charlie.
It is. I did that. It was
I was gonna look it up on my phone.
Where'd John Meyer go?
I got my
Probably.
No, he's listening to a podcast in the car.
Oh, is he?
Oh, the Battle Rankings podcast.
Is the Battle Rankings podcast?
I don't think so.
You want to text him? Tell him to come inside.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him.
Call.
So he's heading in this way.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah, I will speak
Then you'd have to know.
slowly as I get in the slot mode. I have in my hand the results all the way up and down. Should I go through the bottom to the top? Sure. Okay.
Tally ho. If you are, you have a long drive. See you.
So we'll take that one.
Cheers.
Hey, you want to take some tokens?
Sure.
That's 1 day, 77.
Take that up.
Wait, 78.
Take care, Brian. All right.
Take care, Brian.
16 in a three-way tie using tiebreakers. Number 16, Howard West. Hey, Howard.
You know what they say about the guy who graduates last in Dr. Medical School?
So you get some, handmade tokens to remind you of your time here. Coming in number 15 with the tiebreakers, Charlie Clay. Hey, Charlie.
Yes.
Here,
Charlie.
Remember that? And then
Just trying to avoid being
coming in number 14,
JB Cedarburg.
Well,
There you go. Hey, thanks for filling in. Yep. So, number 13, John Holland. Thank you. Number 12, Tim. Tim left already.
Yep, I'll take it.
All right. You see Tim?
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks. Number 11, the Brian Coaches. Yeah, he had to leave. See, you didn't have to stick around then. Like, he kind of left.
Hopefully he didn't leave me.
He's like, he's already at the Ohio border.
Yeah, I was like, Memphis, here I come. Anyway, coming in 10th place, Ryan. Ryan? Thank you. Number 9, coming all the way from Canada, Jace Pippin. There you go. Thank you. You're welcome. A little token of our appreciation to our Canadian friends. Number 8, Chris Fretz. The hometown boy that made good. Thank you. Number 7, Alex. Alex, you improved your numbers from last year. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, good showing. Number 6, also improving numbers. Ian Gall. Good job, Ian. There you go. You're welcome. All right, now here's the top 5. Number 5, some of these are now tie. Oh yeah, these were tiebreakers because it was 28 points. It came down to MacGuffins. Number 5, John Cedarburg. Thank you. Number 4, Patrick Rice. Yep. Another huge improvement from last year. Good job. All right, number 3, with 28 points, Keith Gilmour.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. And number 2, Jonathan Meyer.
Thank you.
Which leaves number 1.
Stonewall Jackson.
Yep, Chris Jackson. First off, there you go.
I'm gonna show
Hey,
where's the camera at?
you want to take? Yeah, actually, we'll go that way. You want to take a picture?
Picture.
Yeah, picture.
Picture. 1 second. Here's the tokens.
Yeah.
I will
Token
take
of
a
our
picture.
esteem.
You wanna go that way?
Which way do I want to go?
That way. Come this way,
These people.
or you want to take it from that way?
I can take it.
Yeah, same thing.
All right. 1, 2, 6, 7.
Awesome. There you go. Congratulations. Well fought and came back. So
Wife's not going to be happy.
I'll have these posted soon. Any feedback about the format? What do you guys think of the format?
Loved it.
Yeah, way better. Way better than last year.
Only one army
Like
unit.
this building.
What's that?
We're going to say only one army unit next time. The rest of it.
Oh, good Lord.
Please don't.
Yeah. What's that?
Only one unit, full stop.
What? Just one unit?
Next year we play tanks.
Yeah.
One thing I thought might be because, and it's just a personal thing, I made a lot of my decisions based on what infantry was available. Because you've got one infantry unit for the Russians could be 29, 30 points. One infantry unit for the Germans is 6.
Yes.
So maybe a point level for infantry instead of.
Okay. Yeah.
Just regular formations. Combined arms.
Well,
I got here playing mechanized infantry.
so I was on the broadcast. I mentioned this. The thing that inspired me is the stuff that's going on in Ukraine.
how there's this Russian tanks just kind of rolling down the street with no infantry support. I'm like, that looks fun.
What's killing them?
Oh yeah, infantry. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to, I guess the conversation is just, Battlefront, were they envisioning like mainline battle tanks duking it out, and then no one buys mainline battle tanks.
I had to change my entire play style. Like, oh, snap. But like Chris, I did the same thing. What force is going to be the largest block of infantry to control?
Yeah. Well, some of it's actually bringing you out of your comfort level.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. Well, everyone, thank you very much for coming out and making it fun and exciting. You guys were a pleasure to TO. There's no issues. You guys were great. It's always a pleasure to TO you guys. And for those who are sticking around and want to do dinner, there's a bunch of us going to Ale Emporium after this to go get some wings. Yes.
Thank you, Joe, for running this.
Your face is
Yeah, and also I'd like to thank Family Time Games for hosting us. Shane probably went home for the evening, but he loves to have us here. And I guess we like being here. So anyway, thank you, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the other side of the table soon. Oh yeah, and so rounds 5 and 6 we did we filmed.
Did color commentary.
The color commentary. That was fun, and actually we got a lot of good feedback on that. So I think we'll continue to do that. Some people thought it was awesome because how we were explaining everything that was going on, or we didn't know what was going on. We just walked over and looked down and said, "Oh, that makes sense," and then we came back and talked about it. So also you
was it just live?
It was live. It's filmed. So
You can go back and watch it.
Yep, on YouTube or Facebook. I prefer YouTube. I'll categorize it here so you can watch it.
All right, awesome.
And then it's already been put out on the feeds. But just for everybody here, in this next week, I'm gonna have a bunch of the old live videos and old YouTube videos transferred over to podcast format on Spotify. So keep an eye open for those links.
Yeah, we're trying to get a younger.
I'm trying to get some fresh blood in.
Yeah.
What are you calling old? Right here.
Get your friends.
Get your friends.
To play.
Yeah.
That's the group. You're the group I'm talking about.
So, yeah, something about Instagram-ish thing. I don't know, whatever that is.
I'm trying, okay?
All right, anyway. If you guys are going to Wings, or if you want to go, you want to know where it's at, it's Ale Emporium. It's on Allisonville Road, not far from here. And we're going to go do that.
Actually, it's 86th Street.
86th Street?
Near Allisonville.
Allison Road is the exit off the freeway.
Expressway, yes.
Yeah, okay. Anyway. There you go.
Ale as in drink the ale?
Yes.
ALE Emporium.
Emporium.
8.1
It's just straight down 86th Street that way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a button to go. So
Yeah, who's going to go? So,
John, are you going or not?
no?
Probably not then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You gotta be 21 to enter, unfortunately. Alright. Yeah, well,
I'll drop you guys off. I'll go somewhere. Right, that's why I couldn't go when I went last game.
yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah, not my role. The wings are phenomenal. So, yeah.
You can go, but I'm not gonna.
all right, we'll go somewhere else. Pizza?
Huh?
Well, you want to change the pizza?
You guys want to go somewhere else?
All right. All right, we'll figure it out. Anyway, we're gonna end this podcast. And,
I don't need the arm twisting for pizza.
all right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Got some picking to do.
All right, so you want to go pizza?
No, I don't know. We'll see.